I'm Jimmy Holloway, and welcome to another edition of A Preacher and His Work. We have so many great gospel preachers across our country and around the world, and this is our way of helping you get to know them just a little bit better. We are coming to you from Polishing the Pulpit in Sevierville, Tennessee, and it's always a great time to spend with brethren and get to see people you don't get to see often, and I am very thankful to have Brother Joshua Holloway with us. Joshua, thank you for sitting down with us.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much.
What congregation are you currently working with?
I preach for the J Church of Christ in Jay, Florida.
And how long have you been with Jay?
I've been with Jay for about a year now. I grew up there. I grew up in that area, but then went back to be the preacher about a year ago.
Well, how long total have you been in ministry?
I've been in full-time ministry for about 3 years. Before that, I worked filling in preaching for probably about 5 to 6 total.
Well, what motivated you to get into ministry?
Well, really, it was just trying to be a more serious Christian. I wanted to learn more and to do more. I wanted to try to teach my family members, my loved ones. Didn't know how to do Bible studies, and I thought it was something that was wrong with me. And so I started learning more and trying to teach others, and eventually started filling in preaching, and found out it was something I wanted to dedicate my life to.
And you ended up going to preaching school?
I went to the Memphis School of Preaching in 2013.
All right.
I graduated in 2015.
Well, I'm very thankful that you've gone into ministry. I'm very thankful for the work that you're doing in Jay. And
appreciate that.
Along those lines, when you look at not just your community there in Jay, but when you look at the world, as a minister, if there was just one message that you could share with the world, what would that one message be?
One message to share with the world would be set your affections on things that are above. When we think about life and what we have, Christ has given the ultimate sacrifice for everything that we do. And we can get so caught up in stuff, things that aren't necessarily sinful, but things that cloud our judgment, that keep us focused on the wrong things. You know, the devil is a magician, and a magician, he uses sleight of hand to distract you, to keep you focused on one direction while he's doing something in another. And if we set our affections on things that are above and not on this earth, then we can stay focused until our great reward. And that can help us in so many different ways when it comes to our loved ones, when it comes to our own salvation. You know, we can get caught up on money, on our homes, whatever the case may be. But instead of focusing on Christ and Him crucified, on His church, and, you know, that solves a lot of problems too. When you think about, would I argue over this or over that? Well, that really doesn't matter if I'm setting my affections on things that are above. If I'm focusing on what's right and focusing on teaching others. If I focus on me getting to heaven and bringing as many people as I can with me. Set your affections on things that actually matter. It doesn't matter who won a ball game. It doesn't matter who the president is. It doesn't matter what's going on in politics or who this person over here is. And not that there's anything wrong with those particular things, but when I set my affections on things that are above, I worry about my Lord. I worry about His church. I worry about being faithful to Him. I worry about one day hearing, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant."
You know, Jesus came to give us an abundant life, and He's the only way to that abundant life. Joshua, I appreciate you sitting with us and talking with us. I appreciate you being with us, and I look forward to being with you next time on A Preacher and His Work. To God be the glory, great things.
The preceding program was a production of the Fort Payne Church of Christ TV studio located in Fort Payne, Alabama.